Welcome back to another episode, and Dan and I are sharing the screen, and we got something special for you guys today.
Yeah, we're going to show off actually our most valued pieces of our personal collections.
Yeah, and with this, it's not about the price, it's not about the rarity.
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with nostalgia base or just something that's so treasured to us that we love. So a lot of these aren't going to be, a gem collection piece. It's more
Personal value.
And that's our top five items in our collection. So Dan, did you want to go first with your number five?
Yeah, I can kick it off. So yeah, we're not talking. We talk a lot of video games, talk a lot of music in this. So we're not talking about any specific genre. This is just of all the things you've collected: memorabilia, music, video games, anything. So I'm going to start off with my number 5 item. Let's see, I got everything here.
I've hidden mine, so you can't see it. Now some of it I can't hide because it's big.
I'm missing something, aren't I? What am I not thinking of? Am I stupid? Whatever. Number 5 is a prop, actually, from a film. But not just any film, but a film that me and Chris made in high school, our Vietnam War epic, Rendezvous. And it is my replica Vietnam War American soldier helmet that I wore in our homemade Vietnam movie. And it's not like an actual antique helmet or anything, but it is like a replica. It looks just like a helmet that they would have worn in the Vietnam War. And of course, Chris knows I was fucking obsessed with that shit when I was in high school. So not only was it great for the movie, but just awesome room decor too.
Yeah. Do you remember what you paid for that? Because I remember you were the only one of us that
bought a helmet. Yeah, because I was the only one that was willing to drop about $200 on eBay for one.
That's like we're talking about, that's a great item. That's a nostalgic piece that means a lot to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I still, I have it sitting right on top of my old tube TV. Every day I'm looking at this thing, and it reminds me of great times that we had filming the movie, and it reminds me of all the great Vietnam flicks I watched growing up and stuff. I had to have it's a little worn out now, but I always had my Ace of Spades card.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
My matches. You gotta have your matches or your darts in the strap to be a Vietnam soldier.
I love that pick, man.
Yeah, I had to be on my list, so that's now number 5.
Number 5, a Vietnam helmet. Okay, my number 5 is actually a Christmas gift I acquired a few years ago. Some of you guys know we're Star Wars fans. Dan, I would say, is more of a super fan. I'm more of a casual Star Wars fan, but my brother-in-law thought this would be a fun, great gift for me, and I was actually super surprised because these are very expensive. And he ordered off Ultra Sabers, I believe. Ooh. I think it's somewhere in the Texas area, but I'm not sure because I want to give him a plug. But it's a beautiful lightsaber he custom made it for me, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And my favorite color is blue, and it lights up a beautiful blue. Has a couple cool little settings on it. You can change a lot of the lightsaber sounds and stuff of that. The only thing I don't like about it is I wish it was compressed. Just how we could retract. Just how when episode 1 came out and they had their lightsabers and you were able to go like that and it would open. Because I find like if you're going to a Comic-Con or something, it just kind of sucks to just have this full
not be able to put it on your waist and stuff.
Now you can always take it apart and put it on your waist, but then you have this part hanging around. But this is just such a beautiful piece, and if you it's hard to say, but that's
solid.
That's nice stainless steel. It's a beautiful piece. Just a gorgeous gift.
I ain't gonna break on you or anything. You're saying the kids play with it and stuff,
my kids like to play with it. These are typical. This style is used for cosplay, so you can hit it, you can battle with it. Just a beautiful piece. So at number 5 comes my custom-made lightsaber that my brother-in-law got me for Christmas.
Yeah, very cool. I like that
totally cool pick.
And then you're saying about the retracting, but if you were to film yourself in a dark room, it would look like you're retracting.
And it's incredible, man. I never thought I would have some. That's something that you look at online. You're like, oh man, I don't want to spend that.
It's almost you need it to be gifted. Right?
And then the opening on Christmas Day, it was awesome. So that's my number 5.
Oh, there's nothing better, as an adult, you're never going to buy yourself that stuff, like you said. For someone to gift it to you on Christmas and on Christmas morning too, you really get that full nostalgia feel, right?
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
those experiences that you thought were long gone as a child, you get to relive them again.
That's it. And that's the thing, like, I usually like to buy the best gifts. Like, I usually overdo
That's
it.
true. You're a good gift giver.
Yeah, but that year, my wife and her family just spoiled the shit out of me. So I'm pretty happy about that.
They pulled a Chris.
They pulled a me. So it's funny. His name is Chris too. I guess.
Oh right, yeah.
I guess in the family they like marrying
Yeah.
Chris's. All right, Dan. What's your item number 4?
Okay, my item number 4. I gotta walk on screen for a second to grab this. You may have heard me discuss this if you've watched Dan's Toy Box on our YouTube channel.
This is huge. I don't even know how he's gonna bring this in here. But Dan's always rewanted this item, and I believe it was first gifted to him by his grandparents.
I know, my parents actually.
Oh, okay, your parents. Okay.
Yeah, so I just got this again.
Dan's bringing it in. Here he goes.
My parents found this on Facebook this past year for me. This was my table hockey set I grew up with. Fully licensed Wayne Gretzky tabletop hockey. I got the Montreal Canadiens, the Kings there. Those are the teams I grew up having.
I see the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, I got a bench too with the other team. Got the Sabres on there. I'd like to get the Red Wings. That's my goal eventually, is to get the Red Wings. But I'm happy with the way it is because these are the teams I had growing up. But yeah, I was so pumped to get this. My parents dropped it off at my place because I remember being at my grandmother's house and playing with this thing, and we wouldn't even play tabletop hockey games. We would just take the guys off and play with them and stuff. And
yeah,
just the memories I had with it. To have it again. I don't even play with it. I just take the cover off of it and look at it most of the time.
Yeah, but those are amazing to have now, and those are actually it's actually hard to find those in complete condition because you just threw them out.
Yeah, and you're hard on them as a kid. Like I was saying, I'd take those off and whack them against each other, like body check, boom, smash the paint off each other. All the guys' noses were all filed down and shit. This one's in much better shape than the one I had as a kid.
Great condition. What a gift.
Yeah, so that's my number 4.
And guys, check out Dan's Toy Box if you want a better review on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to hear more about it.
So going to my number 4 is something near and dear to my heart. Has to do something with what Dan was just kind of talking about, his Vietnam helmet, and that's our movie we made in high school. And this is Gervais, David, there's Dan there. I'm not there because I took the picture, but this is just something to me that just reminds me of simpler times for us, and it was just the best times of our friendship with our group. We were always hanging out, and when we started to film this, it was like we had a job, and we already had jobs. it was like we would be all hanging out in the car with our exes and stuff like that, and then it'd be like, oh, we gotta drop you off, we gotta go film. And it was kind of like we were just actors going to work, and we would just finish a shift from work and come home like, yo, can you guys film? And then the editing software we got editing software, we didn't know how to do it, and it was just one of those times when it was just simpler, and everything just felt so easy, and we didn't have to worry about paying rent and kids and all this stuff, and it was just like, yeah, let's just go out in the bush and film a war movie. And it's a full DVD. Dan has everything here, but this is something I watch a few times a year. It's our own personal movie rendezvous. It's an hour and something long. Just
check that out on YouTube if you can find it.
You could check it out on YouTube, but just unbelievable. Just that era of Dan really loving Vietnam War. And I remember when he pitched the idea, we were just sitting against the wall in gym class, and then I don't know where he's like, oh, you guys want to film a Vietnam movie or something? And we were like, what? And then it got to that point where it got serious when Dan was buying $200 helmets and stuff like that. So,
read the little blurb.
Oh, nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture based on the story.
I don't recall that.
At the Vietnam War. So it's just a funny thing, man. And we both have this. We all have it.
Yeah, I got my copy up there with my...
Yeah, so this is my number 4, man.
I like the review. A stunning depiction of the war. The Innisfil Journal.
Yeah, Innisfil Journal, where I grew up. And we have just so many funny stories about filming this. And like again, it just reminds me of that simpler time when we were just teenagers and nothing could hurt us, nothing could affect us, and we were just living life, man, to the fullest and just having a great time. So.
I can't wait to have kids, show them this film, and then right in front of them will be like, this is the greatest thing I ever did with my life.
So at number 4, guys, for me is our homemade movie we did. How long ago is that now?
That one? Oh, that was 2011. So
holy fuck. So a long
13, 14 years back.
14 years, 13 years ago we filmed this. So it's a masterpiece to us. It might not be to anybody else. But if Tubi or any of those movie streaming sites want a free movie, right here, Independent Rendezvous. So this is my number 4.
Great pick. I can't argue with that at all.
All right, Dan, your number 3.
My number 3. I got obviously me and Chris are music fans. If you watched any of our first reaction videos or our favorite albums lists, and I've got this as a poster from one of my favorite bands of all time.
I don't even know what this is here.
My wife got me this maybe six years ago. This is an autographed picture poster by the Descendants.
No way.
It's a little periodic table because Milo the singer was a scientist. And they have the Milo logo into the periodic table, signed by the whole band there.
Where did she get that from?
She bought it online, actually.
Wow.
So there's Milo's signature there.
Yeah, I see that.
I think, where's Bill Stevenson? I think that's Bill Stevenson there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, pretty sweet. I've been meaning to get a good frame for it, but it's an awkward size, so it's hard to find the right frame.
You got a custom fit.
Yeah, I'm definitely not cutting it or anything like that. But yeah, it's just 80 of 200.
That's crazy.
That poster.
That's cool to have. I didn't even know you had that.
Yeah, I've got to get up my wall. That's why I want everybody to see it. But I have it hidden away in the tube to keep it safe for now.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you have to probably go to Michael's or something, get it custom framed because they do custom frames.
Yeah. I originally was going to put in that shadow box, but it didn't quite fit. I should have probably taken a tape measure with me. That would have been a good idea.
Talk about that a little bit. And what was that, a birthday gift or just a random gift?
I think it was birthday, not Christmas. But I saw it online when I was looking for just merch, some like shirts or something like that. And I'm like, fuck, my birthday's coming up. I'm like, you know what I would really like? I think it cost her a good $200 to get that. So it was a little bit of a steep price, but it's a nice poster. And
it's a nice piece if it's 80 out of 200. So there's only 200 of them around.
Yeah, exactly. And, they're a band that... Those guys might not be around forever, right? They're not really old guys, but they're fairly old. And Bill Stevenson's had some medical issues in the past, so it's nice that I got a little piece of them while they're still here.
I love that pick. Yeah. All right, you want me to jump to number 3?
Absolutely.
All right, my number 3 is something that is not as valuable, and there's tons of it around. There's not just 200, but it is... that might be around though.
Out of pocket. Oh, it's around.
But this here is this is something that absolutely changed my life. Getting into video game collecting and such, and Dan probably knows what it's gonna be from just that. And I'm talking about Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. This is the game that absolutely changed my life into seeing video games in a different light. And I didn't even own this. And I just couldn't stop talking about it, talking about the Dreamcast. And check out that episode and you'll find out more information on it. And this is just something I seen a friend playing and it absolutely blew my fucking mind. And it just was like, I have to have this. And back then, this was actually pretty expensive.
I can imagine.
This copy, I bought it at a flea market, and I traded in a bunch of Pokemon games and stuff like that. And I still had to pay $80 because the guy wanted $180 for it.
Wow!
So it was actually quite expensive. But this is actually the Japanese copy. I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find my American copy. It's somewhere. So I just pulled out my Japanese copy because before I even had a Dreamcast, I'm like, I have to have this on my shelf somehow, and I actually bought the Japanese copy off of eBay.
Right.
For like $60 because it was cheap, right? So
yeah, you can always get those Japanese.
I have to get it. So why Shenmue 2 comes in, I never played this one. And then I was at Blockbuster one day, and they used to have their clearance bins, and my dad used to always buy us a game for $9 to $19, and this was in there for $19. And I'd seen this before. I looked at the back and I was like, I know what this is.
Right. It was ringing a bell.
It was ringing a bell. And then when I finally found out what it was, I would shit my pants. I couldn't get enough of it. And I just couldn't stop talking about Shenmue. And I needed Shenmue 3. I needed to beat the game. I needed to, to finish Landy. And we got Shenmue 3 and it was a letdown. Even though I'm a big fan, I could say it was a letdown. But what was so great about this one, you get the game, but you also get the beautiful cinematic movie of the first game.
Nice.
So that's how I was able to
know
the story from the first game until I actually got my Dreamcast from Dan for Christmas and was able to
check that video out.
Yeah, and I was able to finally purchase this and play it and beat it for myself. But just these two, man, they're not worth very much anymore. They're not overly valuable. You can get it from anywhere, but just the nostalgic base of how it changed my life into becoming a video game collector had to make my list of my prized collections, man. I remember back in the day, I used to just put on the Shenmue movie like once or twice a week. I just watched the first video game and then start playing the second one. So
man, the cover of that sequel, the artwork is beautiful.
Yeah,
too.
Just a beautiful game inside and out. A beautiful series. Obviously, it's not for everybody. It's one of those ones that have a cult following, but one of the ones that are truly near and dear to my heart. So that comes in at my number 3, man. Shenmue 1 and 2.
Nice. Glad you had Shenmue on there.
I had to.
So what are we at? Number
2?
Number two. Okay. My number 2, going with, we were talking about how you give good gifts. This is one that was co-given to me by you and all the boys in our big epic Secret Santa. We did that a couple years in a row back in high school or just after high school. First one we were pretty modest. It was more like comedic gifts. I think a lot of them were for the dollar store and stuff. But by the second year, we went full blown. We spent a fuck ton of money on each other, and you guys all pooled together.
It's like $1,000, man.
Me being a comic fan and specifically a Doctor Doom fan, they got me the replica and stand of this beautiful fucking Doctor Doom mask.
And if I remember, this was it was numbered, so there's only so much of these out there. I don't know if it was 200, 300, or 150. I don't remember. But the story about this is we didn't know what to buy, Dan. Like, we were kind of looking around. And I seen it at our local toy store. And it was quite a bit of money there they wanted for it. So our buddy Jervey went online. He's like, yo, I found it on eBay for like, the price was split in half. Obviously, I think this one's probably closer to the range of like, if it was 300, it's probably like the high 200s or whatever.
Right.
So we got it for half the price, and it was just a perfect gift. We couldn't wait for this guy to open it, and it was like we always told him keep the cover good because it's worth money because you need all of it. And I don't know if it says
Mutant Completion
which one it is.
Maybe it's written on the
No, it's somewhere, but it's a beautiful piece, and Dan can
attest to it. It's quality work too. Like if you take this hood off of it, you can see like full like leather strap and everything in the back.
Fully wearable, so you can have it
absolutely
as a bust or wear it for cosplay or
it makes
Halloween.
an incredible costume. But
wow.
Leather strap in the back and everything,
beautiful stand.
Gorgeous stand with the plaque.
That's a gorgeous piece right there.
I should have wore it when we were listening to Doctor Doom.
Well, you should have.
Yeah.
But that was our boys' Christmas. Yeah, and we all 3 of us pitched together to get that for a day.
Yeah, that's something we should upload sometime. Is the boys' Christmas?
Yeah,
we upload that at Christmas time.
Yeah, we'll definitely upload that with our new Christmas episode when we do that. But Dan, anything else you want to say on pick number 2?
Not much other than just one of the nicest pieces in my entire collection by far. Gotta find a nice good spot for it. I think right on top of that tube TV right there.
Yeah, that might be a good spot for it. All right, so I guess I'll jump to number 2. This again is a piece that's near and dear to both of our hearts. Something we grew up on. We love it. I always wanted to complete it, and I was able to complete it last year. I had it in a beautiful picture frame, but I actually took it out because...
That's why I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I actually took it out because I didn't want the cards to get sun damaged or anything like that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea.
So this is actually something that I've wanted forever. And a few years ago, I talked to my wife and I was like, hey, I want to complete this set. I have a bunch of cards I still need. And she's like, well, how much is it going to cost? I'm like, it's going to cost a lot of money. And that is the original base set Pokemon cards. I have them right here.
Oh, so cool.
All complete, near mint condition. It's hard to tell right now because I have them all scattered here, but just a beautiful piece. I have all of them here. The Charizard, obviously, if I can find it right here.
There it is.
Just mint condition, beautiful card. That cost me $350. The Blastoise and stuff cost me a lot of money. Just beautiful cards.
God, those cards
And
are so nice.
as kids, this was everything we wanted, was just this set to finish it. And just to be able to finally complete it was just such a, like you have your bucket list moments and it's just, I can finally cross that out that I actually own the original base set Pokemon cards.
And as nostalgic as all Pokemon is, there's nothing more nostalgic than that first line of cards. Seeing those the artwork, like the chubby Pikachu, the Squirtle blowing the bubbles, like just that artwork, just
like Wartortle, just beautiful.
Wartortle in the nighttime, like I just see those pictures in my head so vividly.
Just a beautiful collection to have. Obviously, it's going to cost you money now. But it was something that I just wanted to finish and I needed to finish. So I had my little bit of a budget I had and I was able to go on eBay and get a lot of cards. And I was able to go Facebook Marketplace and that route to find the Charizard and stuff like that. So I would say to acquire all this from what I had collected, it was probably around $500-600. So it was a little bit of money to spend, but it was something that I needed to complete in my life.
Well, it should hold its value pretty strong, I would think.
Absolutely, and it's not even a value thing. I don't think I'm ever gonna sell these. These are, I've been waiting so long to collect it, to finish this collection, to catch them all, right? So like Dan said. So number 2 for me is original, complete, near mint condition base set cards.
That's excellent, man. If that wasn't your number 1, I can't believe what your number 1 is. That's an excellent piece.
All right, Dan, big reveal.
All right, my number 1.
My
number 1 is one that just we talked about. Maybe not. These items aren't about value. It's about sentimental value and what they mean to you. And that's what my number 1 is. All stuff created by me. It's all my artwork. So I got my little binder here. So it's really just my artwork and. I showed on the podcast before my little comics, made Chris the Captain Trinidad comic, and my booklet is just full with all my complete art. I can actually I'll take you over here and show you some.
Dan's gonna take you around the man.
I'll show you here are the comic covers here. So we got one there, my dog. We got Chris. We've already shown that on the podcast. There's a comic inspired by my dad, and then one of myself, and there's many more too I don't have on the wall. Endless hours spent, with pen and paper and
just the thing I love about Dan's artwork. It's so, it's so like I don't even.
Yeah, it's all authentic to my life, right? It's all personal. I don't. Every character is somebody I knew. It's all inspired by things that happen in our lives, inside jokes. And stuff.
That's what I love. It's all inside jokey. And when you see it, you get a laugh, but then you go, wow, dude, like this is amazing. The detail's amazing. The time and effort that goes into making it is insane. So I wasn't surprised when that was going to be a number 1 pick.
Well, I was always really inspired by, like the Kevin Smith movies like Clerks and stuff. The idea of this guy just took everybody in his life is a character in his movie. That's kind of how I've always operated too. Like you remember, we played the USC game. We played that USC game because you guys came over and I had all you guys created in the game already. Every people in my life have always almost been like characters too, like fictional characters and all the things I've done creatively. So I've been doing that my whole life, and I really started refining that stuff a few years back, and I really love the final product. I love that I can flip back to it anytime and get a good laugh.
I love getting a poster every Christmas.
Yeah. This guy buying me gifts, I'm drawing him pictures.
All right, so you want me to jump to my number 1?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so my number 1, this is a gift I got for Christmas from my wife, and I actually thought when I was getting it, it was a PS5.
Oh, okay.
Because she was always talking about PS5 throughout the year. Oh, you should get a PS5, and I was like, I don't really want a PS5 because I'm not gonna play it that often, right? And then It was the same year I got the lightsaber, so I really got spoiled this year.
Yeah, you got number 5 and 1 in one
I woke
year.
up this in the morning and this box was here, and she's like, "Make it your last gift," and Dan will know how much this means to me. And this guy, I watched him growing up, all through my childhood. One of my heroes. I absolutely love this guy, and to actually have this piece is unbelievable. And the only thing that would make it better, just like your poster, is to get it signed by him. But that is really difficult. You know, he doesn't do this kind of stuff. But I opened up my gift that Christmas morning, and what was in there?
Oh my God! Look at that kid.
The Smoke and Skull Championship. My wife, you guys all know, me and Dan love wrestling, and she surprised the shit out of me with this. So let me open this up and show you how gorgeous this thing is.
Stone Cold is your goat without a doubt. Oh, look at that snake skin.
Yeah, snake. First, I'll show you the snake skin. It's got officially right skin there, and then we turn it around, and it's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen, and it is heavy as fuck. I'm gonna let Dan hold it in a second. I don't know if Dan's held this yet.
No, I don't think so. Have you ever had your wife gimmick hit you with the belt?
Yeah, it hurts. It actually hurts. It like when Dan holds this, it weighs a ton. So have a hold of it.
Oh yeah, that's a legit belt. Yeah.
And
like Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's it. And it's gorgeous, man. And I never thought I was gonna have something like this. And it's the stunning piece of my collection.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the price was or anything like that. Obviously, it's special because my wife gave it to you, just like your poster, like your wife. It's always great when your spouse takes interest in what you like, and then you get a crazy, crazy surprise like this. So, guys, this is my number 1 for sure. The Smoke and Skull Championship. You can hear that.
Yeah.
Like, it is unbelievable.
The one and only acceptable custom superstar title.
That's it. The only one it should ever be. It's not a spinner.
Yeah, that was
It's not nothing. It's a guy that put, really pulled WWE out of the mud back in the day and, really saved them. So this means so much to me. And that's my number 1, Dan. So we had some great picks today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we said, it wasn't stuff that was going to be crazy expensive or
in some cases though.
Yeah, or one-of-a-kind items. It was more nostalgic based and what really means the world to us. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you put your top 5 favorite items in your collection. It could be a cup, to a helmet, to a belt
plug.
Yeah, to a butt plug, to a picture on the wall, to an air hockey table. It could be anything. There's no right or wrong answer to what you should love. So we will see you guys again for another episode. And I know we're going to be coming out with our top 10 favorite movies. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And take care and have a great weekend.
Till next time, boys.